Hello, and welcome to the Inspired Living with Ellen Broderick podcast. So we are starting a series right now of a few poems in the next few weeks that are all by Saint Teresa of Avila. And Saint Teresa is probably the most known and influential of the female saints in the West. She was known for her quick wit, and she was also known for her great beauty. She wrote 7 books at least, and over 400 letters, and an assortment of poetry, much of which does not remain, at least not in its original form. She lived during the Inquisition, and a lot of her writing got into the hands of people who felt that she was a threat to the church. She was born one of 13 children, and her mother died in childbirth when Saint Teresa was 13 years old. She founded 17 Carmelite convents and 2 monasteries. And at that point in time, according to Daniel Ladinsky, there were the monasteries were places where women could go and experience a lot more freedom, a lot more support than they would in their otherwise everyday lives. So she was exhumed from her grave after she had been dead a year, because some of her disciples felt that she would have preferred to have been buried in Avila. And when she was dug up, she had no deterioration of her body, and even the smell was fragrant. And it was at that time that she was declared a saint. So get yourself nice and comfortable. The piece that I will be sharing today is a piece called "I Will Just Say This." So get yourself comfortable, feet flat on the floor, and sitting up, closing eyes or soft gaze downward. Letting your attention rest on your breath. And letting go of everything else. Full attention on the breath. And then listening to these words, and if they speak to you, taking them in. I will just say this: we bloom in spring. Our bodies are the leaves of God. The apparent seasons of life and death our eyes can suffer. But our souls, dear, I will just say this forthright: they are God Himself. We will never perish unless she does. Bringing your attention back to your breath. Allowing the breath to be effortless and also nourishing. And when you feel ready, bringing the gaze up or opening the eyes. So you may notice that I took the liberty of referring to God in the masculine, and then the next time I referred to God in the feminine. That was my own interpretation. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you again next week for the Inspired Living with Ellen Broderick podcast. Have a great week.